Welcome everyone to the grand finale of Raven Hellion to Grandmaster. We managed to reach top 100 Grandmaster, and after 26 episodes we lost MMR 2 episodes in a row, meaning it's time to trigger the grand finale. If you've never watched the grand finale, one of my shows before, we're going to be doing 2 episodes of 45 to 1 hour each, extra long episodes where I try to play the coolest strats, the best games to give it a nice end to the show. Let's begin. Alright, game number 1 against Milka. Okay, we've actually... This is a bit scary because we played Milka before. Milka is one of the only Protoss players that did not blinkle in us, or well, he semi-blinkle in us, I believe, but actually allowed us to play a macro game. So maybe we could play another macro game, though at this point, he is gonna be aware of who we are, so we need to keep that in mind. Alright, here we go. Just like last time, he took a very long time to load into the game. I think he might have a little bit of a wooden computer situation going on there, which is, you know, doesn't matter. Sucks a bit for him to have to load into games for that long every time. And like I said, we did play a macro game against him last time, and I would love to do it again. But he did... Actually, I do remember how the game went. So he played a 4-gate blink, but he didn't really commit. So it was really weird, and then it got into the macro game. But typically, we can't really get those macro games. Now, I actually mentioned this in a Cyclone Mine episode, and some of you guys might be surprised at how quick this grand finale is. I was actually planning on doing one more episode and then the grand finale, but I am actually traveling very soon, and I'm gonna be going to Mexico for a few months. And since this challenge is in the EU server, I only have 2 more, I have time to record 2 more videos, basically. I thought it was the perfect time to end the show while playing on low ping. And then the next challenge after this, Mass Marine to Grandmaster, is going to be on the NA server, so I can play with low ping there. Now, I'm going to be scouted here. Very early, actually, which is a little bit surprising. I don't think he did that last time. And what I'm afraid of here is that as soon as he sees... Like, he might not recognize me yet, because in the end, I do have a funny portrait a little bit, but in the end, I'm just a barcode tearing around this MMR. He probably plays a lot of those. But as soon as he sees me making Ravens and Hellions, he might instantly know that that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the game without doing anything else. So a dangerous blind counter is definitely a possibility here. I have to look out for that. Maybe I can block it? Ah, no, he mineral walked. That's unfortunate. Now, since I do always like to give very basic tips, if you guys don't know how he just went through my SCV, you can basically, it's something called mineral walk. If you want to get through a unit, you can just click on a mineral patch, and it will walk through every unit, basically. Obviously, it still cannot walk through terrain or sieged tanks, for example, but it can actually walk through other SCVs. So if you're getting surrounded, or if there's zerglings in your mineral line or whatever, you can always grab all of them and right-click on this mineral patch, and then it will actually walk through them. I think most of you are probably aware of this trick, but I think in case you're not, then now you know. Might as well give the tip while it's going on, right? Now, my next task is to scout whether he's going to go for a Twilight. Like I said, the last time he did play 4-gate blink, and everyone plays 4-gate blink, so it's very easy to assume that's just what he's gonna do, but obviously I would like to get the confirmation anyway. Now, it's really funny that even if everyone plays Twilight, like at pro level, where very little people play 4-gate blink, but they play a lot of like just regular 3-gate blink expands, you know? And that's what I would have expected to see a little bit more. Gonna get 2 probes here, which is very nice. Gonna escape with the Reaper pretty easily too, because those are fast. And they heal. Actually, I wonder if any of you guys would remember the Wings of Liberty Reaper. It was actually so drastically different. So a Reaper right now does 8 damage, or 2 times 4 to be precise. In Wings of Liberty, a Reaper did 18 damage. So you would think that's absolutely broken, right? But at the same time, it did not heal out of combat. You needed a tech lab to build it, I believe. And besides that... I think it was also slower by a decent amount. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was also slower. So it was really funny because a bunch of Reapers you could actually, you know, 3-shot workers, but at the same time, if you ever take damage, it would never heal, and you needed a tech lab, so no one actually opened with them. Even though an 18 damage Reaper sounds freaking incredible to me. If my Reapers did 18 damage, I'm sure I would win at least half my games with my first Reaper, like even on Grandmaster, so that would be pretty sick. Now, it is a Twilight, and I did see 2 extra gates, so that means I have to go for my second factory here in order to not die to his attack. I could actually go with 6 Hellions. Normally, I go with 4. I decided to not move out this time. But if he doesn't have... No, he's already warping in. Okay, this is definitely going to be too late. What am I gonna do then? I usually do want to do damage, but in this case I just don't think I can. Like, he was at least gonna have 3 or 4 stalkers ready, which just makes it not worth it, I think. So I'm gonna keep my Raven here to snipe the Observer. Doesn't seem like there's a third base on the way. Yeah, there's another gateway, so we're getting 4-gate blinked again. Or this could actually be more than a 4-gate blink. This looks... Only 2 gases too? Huh. I feel like he's doing a 4-gate blink, but he's executing the build a little bit poorly. And that is also always a dangerous assumption to make, but it really looks like a 4-gate blink, but his 4th gate is late and he doesn't have any gases. So, yeah, it just looks a little bit weird to me. But I guess that only makes it better for us, right? Because I would like to get some wins in this grand finale. Now, the grand finale always delivers so far. I think the Ghost to Grandmaster grand finale was really fun because we had like one part was amazing and then one part was absolutely tragic, which was actually kind of funny. Now, he hasn't attacked me yet. A 4-gate blink is supposed to hit at about 5 minutes, by the way, so you can see I'm confused by the fact that it's already 5:30. Maybe I should move out 1 Hellion to see what he does. Like, he probably doesn't know I have 1,000,000 Hellions. There we go. Okay, I did get a few of my own Hellions bruised, but I actually think that's totally fine. I don't have an anti-armor missile yet. This is going to be a little bit rough. I want to make sure to micro well this time. The last time I was in this situation, I microed very poorly. Oh, this is going to be good. Here we go. And now we're going on the chase. He's not going to be able to warp in because they will die. Oh, the Hellions are going to do so much damage. The anti-armor missile Hellions, guys. It's an absolute Terran dream. Oh, he's recalling. This is going to do so much damage to the Stalkers. He lost all of them besides like 3 on red HP. That is incredible. He's probably really shocked. I don't think he even realized I was doing this, by the way, because I didn't see an Observer. Though I may have missed it, of course. Okay, so he's trying to take this 3rd base. I'm going to one-shot those. There we go. He doesn't have a battery, by the way. Oh, he's going to lose everything here, guys. No way. The timing works once again for the 50th time in this show, and it actually wasn't even close. Oh my god, guys, I can't believe this build. How does it work every time? I've done it against him before. It works again. 1,200 against 3,000 resources lost. 2.5 times the resources lost, guys, in a TVP. That is incredible. Beautiful, clean start to the grand finale. Let's keep it going. All right, a 5k Zerg on Waterfall. By the way, one thing I have actually... I don't think I've done it in this series at all, is make medevacs. And it makes sense why I didn't do that, because the build, if you go Hellion into Raven right away, is pretty clean. But if I get a Protoss player, I wouldn't mind actually going for a Hellion drop into Hellion Raven. Maybe that works. It could potentially be really cool. And for this grand finale, I want to use as much variety as possible. Now, I'm playing against a Zerg player here. And against Zerg, I love to play my long macro games with like ravens everywhere. It is very dangerous to do that on a small map like this, because you can tell, and he's in my base. And if I don't have, you know, everything ready, I'm dead, and that's it. So I do have to hope that he kind of lets me play a macro game. Obviously, it's up to me as well to control him as much as I can. Do a lot of scouting. And one rule I always have is that even if your build... how do you put this? Because, like, in my case, it's weird, because I'm doing a challenge. So if I scout a Roachalin, I wouldn't necessarily be able to react to it by making a tank, for example. But I still believe that scouting is very essential, because if I scout a Roach Warren, I want to say there's at least a 50% chance they cancel the Roach Warren and abort the all-in. So even just scouting enough could already be the defense on its own. And this goes for pro games, this goes for, I want to say any MMR games, though I feel like if you really play in Silver, there's probably a decent chance that people are not going to use mind games and they'll just make roaches and stuff, right? But I feel like, especially in the higher leagues, starting at like Diamond, people want to mind game a lot. So if you scout their Roach Warren, I want to say there's a decent chance that they would cancel it. I know for a pro play, it's definitely the case, though. There's always like these double mind games. Like a Zerg could be like, he's going to think I'm going to cancel it, so I'm just going to do it anyway. And then it's like the 0 IQ with actually 200 IQ play, you know? So there's layers to this for sure. But I still think scouting is essential. Especially in my case, because I'm not going to alter my build anyway, so I might as well make them doubt themselves. That is the least I can do. Now let's see, his name was Alex, right? Or is it Axel? Yeah, it is Alex. Ooh, that is a very late hatchery, Mr. Alex. And that is a very poor SCV micro by me. Ooh, okay, we're actually going to get hit by a big fat all-in. Now, why I'm unfortunate is because He might not think I'm... Okay, this is actually gonna sound like a 500 IQ mind game. He might not think I'm good enough to realize he's all-inning me, so he might still do it at this point, you know? Like, this is 100% an all-in, so that is unfortunate. It's probably... I don't know what it is, though. Yeah, I mean, it's roaches or banelings. I don't know why he would need 200 gas if it's roaches, but I guess it is what it is. And I'm gonna try to defend it anyway. I want to say there's a chance there's actually a proxy hatch as well. It's most likely still roaches, though. It's just gonna make ravagers. Yeah, ideally he would have cancelled it. Like, if he knows that I'm aware of his build, he would cancel this all-in. But I think most likely he will still all-in me in this case, because I didn't actually see the building. I just counted his gas. So this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Yeah, no, I mean, it just has to be a bunch of ravagers, I suppose. It could also be like a million banelings, but in that case, my build is actually fine, so I don't have to worry about it. Against the ravagers, however, I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that. Well, let's see. You could also be potentially be doing the worst or the weirdest build I've ever seen, I wanted to say. Not necessarily the worst, but, you know, it's always possible. Now, how can a Raven help me in this case? One auto turret is really not going to cut it. He hasn't attacked me yet. Is he really waiting to make 5 gajillion Ravagers? Is he waiting for my Hellions to leave? Or did he actually cancel his all-in because I scouted his gas? That would be insane. There's an Overlord in my base. That's kind of annoying. I guess I'm gonna hide these Hellions, so he might be confused. That's what I'm gonna do. See? I mean, obviously he knows I have them, but... Okay, so there's actually nothing coming my way yet. This is very surprising. I would love to watch this replay or just, like, realize what's going on, you know? Because it's definitely very weird. I would even consider scanning at this. I'm just gonna send my Raven straight across, actually. Or Raven is gonna... Or maybe I should kill the Overlord. I'm gonna kill the Overlord. That seems like a decent choice at this point. I don't think the Raven would contribute too much to my defense anyway. And then I'm gonna send it across. A little bit of a supply block for him, most likely. And then I'm gonna get my 3rd CC up. Now, about that macro game that I wanted to play, this is gonna be very weird. I mean, this is probably the weirdest build I've seen in a while, because I have no idea what's coming. He also has a lot of overwords on the map that I can straight up... Okay, so there's creep. Yeah, if I would have to guess at this point, is that he went for a lair and is trying to make super fast mutas or something like this. That seems like the most likely scenario at this point. But I guess scouting straight up will probably do the most for me. He has a lot of queens and he has a lot of creep. So that might mean that he actually did not spend his time making a lair. This is a puzzling one, guys. Let's see how far the 3rd hatch is. There's no 3rd hatch here, at least. Okay, we killed another one. Yeah, I would suspect that it's mutas, most likely. So I do actually have to get going with my army, because obviously two Ravens and what is it, 14 Hellions are not gonna be the best unit to defend against mutas with. So I think these are my units I'm gonna attack with, and then I'll just make a bunch of turrets everywhere. That sounds like a good play to me. Here we go. This is gonna be a really nice fight for us. Beautiful. Absolutely smashed. Another auto turret, because that's gonna destroy the Zerglings. And yeah, this is looking more and more like it's some kind of muta play, so they're... Oh, it's roaches, actually. Okay. Huh. He doesn't even have guys, What? What was this? This is not a build. Okay, this is actually absolutely not a build. Let's see if he canceled anything. And now you can see, by the way, why I said he was all-in. Look at his gas. There's absolutely no reason to have this much gas. I think he probably just made a mistake. What this looks like to me is that he tried to copy a build order and he just did it wrong. Like, he didn't study the build enough. Like, he mines so much gas. He has less drones than me. There's no link speed. Like, this build is just... I mean, this actually blew my mind a little bit. This build is so inefficient that, like... It doesn't even matter if I got mind gamed 3 times. It just didn't do anything. So he's just chilling at 176 gas for no reason. But what he's doing, I'm going to explain this in Terran terms. Okay, this is as if I would play gas, CC first, and then not use the gas for anything. That's basically what he did. He basically went gas, CC, barracks, and then you were just chilling on 200 gas all the time. Like, absolutely incredible build by Alex. I'm not sure if he ever beats Terrans with this. I hope he doesn't, because that would be a little bit rough for my Terran friends. Anyway, that's for game number 2. Let's move to game number 3. All right, we got the musician. I think we've played this person before. I'm getting Ghost to GM vibes from this guy. I feel like we've played him in Ghost to GM. All right, I'm gonna try my strategy. I wanted to play a macro game last game, but that guy's build was so weird. I actually felt forced to attack because it could only be mutas, but then it was just that. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Now this game, I want to try the build I said, because I'm actually technically allowed to use medevacs in any of my series, but because I'm using my starpers to make ravens in Raven Hellion to Grandmaster, I haven't actually used any medevacs at all, I want to say. Maybe at the very start, I don't remember. So what I want to do here is try to do a very fast Proxy Hellion drop and then get into Raven Hellion. Just see if the build flows well, you know. I feel like I wouldn't want to end the show without knowing if like a medevac was to play against Protoss all this time or whatever. Because technically, I could do the exact same build against 4-gate Blink, right? Because 4-gate Blink, think with me, right? 4-gate Blink, I defended. I usually have 2 Ravens. And one of them has an anti-armor missile, and I have a lot of Hellions, right? That's it. So what happens is, let's say I proxy a starper here. Okay, this seems like a pretty decent spot. Let's say I proxy it there. I'll make a medevac and then a Raven. And then if it's Twilight, I could still make the second factory at the home. And my Raven might still get enough energy to defend it if I kill some probes and delay his attack. So maybe it is actually just a really good version of my normal playstyle. It could also be worse. One thing that I think it might be extra good for is playing against Stargate. Because we saw recently, I think it was actually the last episode or maybe the one before, that play against Stargate is an absolute disaster with Raven Hellion. And the Hellion drop is also not good against Stargate, but sometimes there are games where you accidentally kill someone with it because they completely mess up their defense, because they don't know what to do, right? So I do think this build actually has some potential. All right, there is a second Nexus and a second Pylon, so I'm going to go back home. Now, I want to use this SCV to proxy, but I'm going to wait to pass his probe first if he comes back, so it doesn't look suspicious. If I don't pass his probe... Okay, there we go. If I didn't pass his probe, I would already know that he is waiting around my base, which is also good intel, right? So that was just a good move. Like, those are very small details, and it's a little bit hard to predict when your opponent is aware of those, so you should always do it right. Like, if I run back with my SCV and his probe comes back, he doesn't see my SCV, technically he should already know there's a proxy. A lot of Protosses probably won't pick up on that, but still, if you want to do it right, you do it right. And you actually pretend your SCV is going back home as normal. There we go. Now, a fast adept could be a little bit annoying, so I do need to keep that in mind. And maybe this build actually works out better resource-wise too. Because normally I get stuck a little bit on the gas, right? Like, I don't actually have enough gas to start my second Raven and stuff. But if I make a medevac first, it might actually work out better with the gas. I'm not completely sure about that, but it could be the case. Now, you could say I should have proxied the starport a bit closer. I actually think this is completely fine. And mostly for the reason that I still want to make Ravens from there. Ooh, that's a bad micro by me. And a very good way for him to seize the opportunity there. Like, that is just a mistake, and he grabbed it perfectly. Well done by him. Now, let's send this back. Get my medevac out. Yeah, make sure to repair the Hellions as well. If he sends out another unit here, he would be insane, so I'm just going to imagine that he doesn't do that. And then we're going to go for a very fast drop. The only thing sucks here, losing the Reaper. I do not know if I'm playing against Stargate or a Twilight guy, so I might actually have to blindly get my second factory here, which would be rough. Now let's see what we're going to run into. Actually, dodge that for as long as possible. There we go. Oh, actually a good building wall by him here. Let's see what we have. Kind of looks like a Twilight here. Oh my god, he is getting absolutely roasted. That is disgusting. Watch the pickup. Yeah, okay, guys. Amazing build. Looks like we were... Oh, he was actually not doing a 4-gate blink. He only had 3 gates. Or well, it kind of looks... He kind of looks like he wanted to add another gateway. All right. 3 short games. I guess the trend of Raven Heli continues. If we make an hour episode like this, I'm legitimately going to have 10 games in here. So I hope we got a macro game at some point. I do think this build I did look strong. If I actually scouted with the Reaper and made the second factory faster, I actually think this would be pretty clean. So maybe I'll try it again. If we get a higher MMR Protoss, I'm definitely going to bust it out, see if it works. Anyway, let's just keep going. All right, we got a Terran. That's the first Terran of the day. We got, I believe, 2 Protoss and 1 Zerg so far. Right, well, Terran, but like typically we don't win the game that early, so that's good. And actually in the last episode, or was it the last one? No, I think it was 2 episodes ago, we actually played against my biggest nightmare. I said it at the start of the show. Freaking battle cruisers we played against. That was actually epic. If you guys didn't see that, you should check it out. I mean, it's very clear. I think the thumbnail says like my biggest nightmare and has a bunch of BCs on it. So that was actually a pretty epic game. Definitely check that out if you haven't. Excuse me. And if you guys are enjoying the challenges in general and are excited for my future challenges, make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. It's going so fast. When I'm recording this episode, I think I have 33.8k subs. But the subs have been going so insanely fast. Maybe by the time I post it, I'll have 34.5 or something. Like, it's actually pretty sick. So the road to 35k is definitely very on. So make sure to get your sub in and contribute. Make sure you don't miss out on any future episodes by turning on the notifications as well. Now, against Terran, I do have to scout a little bit earlier. I need to make sure to not autopilot here and actually get my scout in. Especially when you play Reaper Expand, this is a little bit of a bigger map. I'm gonna scout at 16.5. There we go. And then depending, I mean, we have been cheesed a little bit, but not too much. I feel like most Terrans don't really like the proxies. Actually, from my experience, the Terrans that cheese in TVT are just the Terrans that hate the matchup. I see this in my students. I see this in Terrans I see play on the ladder. If they cheese, it's most likely that they cheese every single game because they just don't want to play TVT pretty much. So, I mean, I'm playing against an unranked barcode, so I have no idea if this person hates TVT or not. That's a little bit hard to predict. Let's see what I'm going to find here. There's no barracks at home and no orbital. All right, this is going to be a cheese, which means... Oh, there's actually a pretty hardcore cheese as well. Okay. Let's get my factory down then and a gas. Probably make 2 bunkers. Normally you don't really have to do that, but I am playing Reaper Expand, in which case you cannot really defend it without bunkers. So there we go. And obviously I'm going to be allowed to make units to defend it, so I don't just get a free loss here. Now let's see. Did he make SCVs yet? Is 8, what is this, 8 SCVs. 1 SCV came back, so that means it's not a 3 racks. Oh, this is a big mistake by me here. Very big mistake. Game losing, perhaps. Oof, yeah, this does look like a loss already. If you lose your first Reaper, it is generally over. Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention at all. That was legit. His Reapers jumped in here. I didn't even pay attention, so completely my bad. Yeah, actually, let's not waste any time. This one's completely done and dusted. Let me just check where his Reapers came from. Probably from the cliff I said, right? Yeah, no, I was actually just straight up not paying attention. I was sure he would come from here, because this is probably not... Why is the barracks there? Like, at least be able to hear out of vision, you know, this is actually pretty insane. Yeah, it's just completely my bad. I blanked, and I guess it happens. Hopefully his MMR was not too low. I couldn't tell by the MMR. This could be a -50, could be a -5. I don't know. Let's hope it's not too much. Let's move on to game number 5 in like freaking 20 minutes. All right, we got a Zerg on Moondance. Guys, please, let this be my macro game. I think for me, I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed the timings against Protoss, but personally... The way these games have been going has been a reason for me to do the grand finale maybe a little bit earlier than expected, because basically the thing I'm stuck in is my early game attacks are too strong, so I always kill them. But at the same time, I'm in positions where I can't just go for a macro game at Raven Hellion, because then I would just die. And that's actually been a very frustrating thing here. I think for my next challenges, I really have to consider the late game strength versus the early game strength. I in general think... The Hellion might be not a unit that's really suited for the challenge, because if I attack with the Hellions, you guys have seen it, I just usually kill people, even if they're low GM and stuff. So that's a little bit tricky. Now we're playing on Moondance. This map has potential for macro games. We're playing against a Zerg. Potential for macro games. Please, guys, pray for me. If you guys are there, make sure to leave a comment praying for a macro game here, because after we played 4 games in 20 minutes or 23 minutes or whatever it was, I am dying for a macro game here, okay? So let's freaking go. Now it is a barcode. No idea how he plays. I did go for a barracks first on accident. So I think I'm just going to make a Marine instead of a Reaper to kind of pretend I'm doing a normal build. If you guys are wondering how that works, it's pretty much... I have 50 less gas because I did racks first instead of gas first. Which means if I make a Reaper now, my factory will be late. So instead of that, I'm just going to make a Marine, save myself the 50 gas, so my factory is still going to be in time. That simple. Now, usually you would want to do this on purpose and not on accident like this, of course, choosing between Marine and Reaper first. Now, I guess a big downside of the Marine first is that I'm not going to be able to scout if he's playing roaches. So typically, if you play Marine first against Zerg, you want to go for something like a Marine drop or maybe just like Battlecruiser Banshee. Just something that's good against roaches, really. Okay, so we do have a hatch first this time. Let's see. I'm scouting because that's I think it was the first game, no? Or one of the game against... the one game I played against Zerg really got me confused. Where I thought it was a hatch first, but then like some units popped out and I was really confused. Wait, what did that guy even do? Did I even check the... Oh yeah, I did check the replay. The guy with the 175 gas. Yeah, that was absolute insanity there. Now... I think I'm just gonna go back home. I'm not sure about... No, I'm actually gonna stay out because I don't have a Reaper. I think it'd be very unwise to go back home. I might also be confusing this episode with a Cyclone Mine episode I recorded. Not 100% sure now. Was it this episode where the Zerg did a weird hatch first, or was it the Cyclone Mine one? Now I actually don't remember. Like I said earlier in the episode, I'm traveling soon, so... Normally I record 1 episode a day. Now for a few days I'm recording 2 episodes a day. So I can actually give you guys your daily content while I'm, you know, sitting in a plane. So I might have confused the 2 episodes. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, let's see. Oh, this is working in my base. Oh, I did actually see a 3rd base. That is very nice. Now, I'm gonna have to be more aggressive with my Hellions here. I think I'm gonna skip Hellions at some point to afford my CCs. Oh, he's moving his links across, looks like, which would be a little bit of a psycho move, because he literally knows I have these. He lost his other Zergling to them. I mean, maybe he wasn't paying attention, that's possible. He was probably microing his Zerglings against my Marine. Or was it? No, it was an SCV. See, Roach Warren. Ooh, not again. Let me play a macro game, you freaking Zergs, please. I want to destroy you with 500 Ravens in the late game. I don't want to be forced to run by 10 Hellions in your base to win. You know what? I'm just gonna... Well, I have to make Hellions now. That's actually a bit of a shame. I wanted to skip these Hellions so I could make CCs faster. But if he attacks me with roaches, I cannot defend it any other way. So I'm going to be forced to make Hellions here, which could be fine. I'm a little bit worried for later on. Because if he just gets to spam roaches with roach speed in 1-1... I do not know how I'm going to defend that. I might have to make a planetary in front of my natural, actually, thinking about it. There we go. Start finishing up the wall. Use this. Get my Raven to the front as well. See, there's no roaches walking across yet. Unless he already passed me, but I don't think he did. Let's kite on the Overlord. Yeah, I feel like I'm on hyper alert right now because... I'm not sure if I'm about to die or not. At least I hope he's not doing a Nidus or something. That would be very rough. Now let's try and deny some creep here. Get the Raven upgrade for the energy. There's going to be a nice creep denial. Maybe I can kill that before my detection wears out. There you go. And now I could either make E-base or more starports. That is a decision I have to make now. Which is going to be a little bit rough. It seems like he just has a few defensive roaches. But to be fair, if this guy... I feel like the only player that actually plays like this from the pros is Dark. And Dark always ends up playing some weird mass roach stuff. So I'm kind of afraid. Not gonna lie, that's gonna happen. The benefit of this map is that my 3rd gets to be an orbital. So I get extra meals. I do have 1 less gas, so I won't be able to make as many Ravens, but I'll get extra meals. And I'll be able to make my CCs a little bit faster. So that is a big benefit. Now I have 3 Ravens. I wonder if I can do any damage with these 3 Ravens right now. I'm definitely going to put a PF here, because else I think there's just no chance I defend anything really. Oh, he's actually scouting my base now. I hope he doesn't see that PF, because that could just trigger him to attack instantly. And you can get this Hellion, or this Queen rather. There we go. No, there's only a few roaches here. I'm going to do some damage here. I wonder what he's doing, though. Is he making roaches? Is he making mutas? What's going on here? Okay, so he's walling it off. He has a few queens. I can probably kill those. It's something weird is going on here, guys. This is mutas, I think. This looks like mutas to me. I'm going to have to make some turrets everywhere. Probably even around this planetary here. Oh, I let the drones escape. Let's not do that. Get some turrets up there. My macro is not fantastic. Yeah, this guy tried to fake me so hard. He was gonna go for 1,000,000 Mutalisks, it looks like. See, why are there no SCVs there yet? What did I miss rally? That is a little bit weird. Okay, let's throw some more turrets down here. Try to get some more damage. He does have a lot of roaches now. So this is probably not going to be the best trade ever. But with the turrets, it should be pretty decent. Okay, let's try to get the remainder of those drones if I can. I think I might actually have to back off now. Oh, I thought I had one more turret. No, I guess I don't. Okay, I mean, that was really good damage. And now I feel a little bit safer. Because he's making Mutalisk most likely, I think I actually am going to just lift this base off to the 4th base. And not necessarily turn it into a planetary fortress. Which is a little bit risky. But I think it's a risk I'm willing to take now. Especially because he turned all of his larvae into roaches instead. So there's actually not that many Mutalisks on the way, I would imagine. Is that mine? No, it's not mine. Thought so. I'm actually going to kill this marine. So, I know when there's a changeling, pretty much. Because there's always just one marine looking around. Normally it looks suspicious. But because I also just have one marine, it actually looks normal. I'm gonna repair these ravens. It's really funny. I made my starports kind of late, I think. I'm probably gonna... No. I was gonna say, I'm probably gonna fry 1,000,000 drones here. That was not the case. Let's see. Oh my god, now I'm gonna fry 1,000,000 drones. Well, actually it was more like 7, but... I guess it qualifies as 1,000,000 in this case. Because he doesn't have a whole lot. Now, I still need to make another planetary here. That was a little bit of an oversight by me. I don't think we've gotten ourselves into a nice spot. Now I just need to not throw against 1,000,000 roaches, I think. Or what if he was trying to rush a hive? I feel like at this point there should have been mutas if he wanted to make them. So maybe he was just rushing a hive or something? I'm really puzzled with these Zergs today, guys. I can tell you guys that much. Like, I don't know what these Zergs are doing today, but they're being weird. That is what I can say. Get the ravens up there. And then... I mean, I have 5 bases now. This is pretty much my comfort zone. I haven't been able to get here for like 5 episodes, but we are finally arriving in my comfort zone now. So he is going to attack me with a lot of roaches, probably. Oh, he's actually separating them. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes. That's a PF on the right, baby. These roaches are just basically free at this point. Because he split them up. Beautiful. And now he has to back off to come and save these roaches. Well, in reality, I'm just going to back over here. Wait, is he putting creep on my base? I don't think so, buddy. Get out of there. That's disgusting, in fact. Why would you just do that in public? That's crazy. Alright, so I'm going to get a second factory now. Oh, for a second I thought that was a dropper lord. Now, at this point, more and more roaches... Okay, he's just spamming roaches. He does have... Oh, he does have really good upgrades, actually. Okay, this is not a good idea by him. I can tell you guys that much. Watch this. Oh yes, this is hype. This is hype. Let's go. He's fighting. Oh, the turrets are going ham. Look at that barbecue. Oh my god, isn't it beautiful, guys? Oh, I missiled the roach that was dying. That was a little bit of an unfortunate move. I think I'm actually gonna... Since I killed a lot of units, he's probably not gonna come back right away. So I'm gonna split off, snipe the base in the bottom, and then fry the drones on the right side. And I'm pretty much just preparing for me having enough ravens to really just kill him in one go. Because the Hellions are really weak against roaches. I don't think I want to do it already. Let's see. Let's try to get in there. And then he's going to be distracted now. I'm actually going to get in. He just dropped 1,000,000 turrets here, basically. Oh, the infestor timing. That is rough. Well, he did lose all of those workers, so that's big. Let's see if we can get that infestor. I can even get this base, actually. Yeah, it's going to be huge. Look at the damage on those guys. Oh my goodness, isn't it beautiful? Now, he does have infestors, which is something I need to keep in mind at this point. Try to get some of those. He also has a crap ton of roaches at this point. I'm at 99 SCVs. Let's make one more. You see, now it's 100. That's beautiful. I do that for you guys, by the way. I know you guys wanted me to have exactly 100 SCVs. Probably get a sensor tower here as well. And now I'm going to do the same move, but in reverse. Wait, I didn't kill that hatchery? Oops. Yeah, oops. That's all I can say, really. It's a little bit of an oversight. Now, time to kill this base on the right. I mean, I almost have 20 ravens at it. Maybe this is actually the best bait ever. Now he's going to put all of his drones there. And now I can kill them. Okay. I can actually wall the drones in a little bit here, which would be nice. Actually, it doesn't have that many roaches here. Or not that many drones, rather. Oh, he's actually gonna fight in this. Are you sure? I mean, I'll trade if you want. He's actually gonna lose every single roach, I think. The roaches are actually just gone. Like, actually, he traded his entire army. Brute Lords? Okay. He traded his entire army for energy, guys. Literally his entire army. Well, besides those 2 Brute Lords and these 4 Infestors. I really want that one. No! Give me the... I want the Infestor! No! Oh, unlucky. Okay, now, I think we're at the point where if I recharge a little bit of energy, we can probably go ahead and finish this game. At least... with the, oh, now I have 106. With the damage I've done, I really doubt that he can actually come back from that. I have... What is this? I have 26 Ravens, guys. 26 freaking Ravens. Is that 26? Yeah, I have 26 Ravens. That is insane. Maxed out. Living the good life, really. It's really funny how Raven Hellion in macro games is basically a game of trading away Hellions until you actually get a freaking superhuman Raven account. There we go. Time to go in here at the same time again. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, he does have a lot of workers here, huh? Or what do you mean? I'm misspeaking a lot, my bad. I meant units. Well, I guess I'll just kill his bases again. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I'm even gonna go for the hive here, actually. Why not? I have so many auto turrets. Oh, tell me this isn't beautiful, guys. Tell me this isn't beautiful. Okay, there we go. What is the units lost? Oh, it's gorgeous. A Grandmaster Zerg, guys. 4.9k against 12.7k resources lost. At this point, he had a very random army of 6 Broodlers, 4 Roaches, and 4 Infestors left. Alright, this was an awesome game. I have to say, all these Zergs are playing hella weird. This one also really confused me. I was 100% sure Mutas were on the way. Because he was taking all these gases and wasn't making units. Let's see. Is there a Spire? There's actually no Spire. His build was just kind of weird. Because I thought he would be spamming Roaches all this time. But he only had 4 Roaches when I attacked. And he had 8 gases. Which is just Muta heaven. Anyway, we got our macro game, which feels amazing. Now let's move on to game number 6 already. Alright, another Zerg. 5. We are getting a little Zergs in this episode. That's nice. Because for a little time, we actually barely got any Zergs. Now... what could I do against Zerg on this map? Like, I feel like it's likely we just play against the... like, they all play weird. And especially on a small map like this, it's very likely they're going to do something weird again, like 1 base Roach or 2 base Roach. I would love to try and play a macro game on this map against Zerg, because it's going to be difficult, but it would also be really fun. Should I do something different here? It is probably the last game of the episode. I haven't been going for that long for a grand finale, but it's already been 5. This is game number 6, guys. That is actually insane. Now, you know, I was considering maybe adding a second factory and going for a timing like I do against Protoss, but I feel like if they're being greedy, I feel like I already killed them without the second factory. So the second factory, all it would do is I would kill them harder when I would already have killed them. But if they're prepared, I would just not have a transition, so it just sounds like a terrible idea. I could do the Hellion drop thing that I did against Protoss, but on this map, I think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There's probably going to be 1 Overlord here, and that already covers all the surface area medevac can go through. So I think I'm just going to stick to my bread and butter here. Try to go for a macro game. Though realistically, this game, one of us is going to die within the first 7 minutes, most likely. And hopefully it's not me, but we'll see. I think after that last game, we were ranked 93 Grandmaster, by the way. So we did get relatively close to rank 69. If in the next episode, the last part of the grand finale, the last episode of Raven Hellion to Grandmaster, if we get high of our opponents and we win 5 times, or 4 out of 5, maybe we could actually reach top 69 still. But it seems like a bit of a far-fetched dream at this point. Now let's see what Mr. Barcode has in store for us. I do like the barcode matches. It feels... a lot of people hate playing barcodes, but I do like kind of just... It feels anonymous. You're just playing a really good player on the other side of the screen, and you're both anonymous. I mean, I'm probably not as anonymous, because there's a few 10,000 people that watch my videos every day and know my portraits and my MMR, roughly. So maybe not as much, but it is still pretty cool. Wait, this guy also did the weird... Guys, I am so confused. How do... I'm actually incredibly confused with these build orders. How does this happen to me every time recently? Okay, the micro. The micro is pretty good. Oh, actually, hey, not bad, guys. That could have been way worse. For some reason... Okay, I'm gonna explain my logic here. I know why I'm confused now. It is just that this map is really small. So I keep thinking it's a normal hatchery timing because it's not finished yet. But I guess... Even on a map this small, it is still a pool first when it's not finished. I just keep confusing the timing, and it's completely my bad. It's just the size of the map really got me mind gamed here. Okay, so I didn't get to scout anything. But I saw he had 3 queens, which means he's not doing anything crazy, most likely. Else he probably would have used his money on roaches, but I guess we'll see. Now, I am a little bit behind now because of that start, despite the good micro, so... It is a little bit tempting to send my Hellions in and try to get some really good damage done straight from the start. Don't want to play this kind of style from behind, of course. He's not creeping very far yet. That is kind of suspicious. No third base. Oof, we are actually doing something weird. Oh, thanks for the creep tumors. Appreciate it. So he is actually doing something weird. And that is going to be problematic. Because I am playing Raven Hellion. And I don't know what I would do against 2-base Buta or Nidus. I think the answer is really just that I have to attack him again. Like, actually, I wonder how many of you are surprised that that is the right answer most of the time, because I can't defend the Nidus, for example, with Raven Hellion. So the right move very often is just to kill him before he gets to Nidus me. Which might not be what you guys expect, but here, I think I'm definitely going to go for it. I'm going to bring my Raven too. The fact that he put his Overlord in... Okay, it's Roach, okay. I was going to say, the fact he put his Overlord on the back of my base is suspicious for a Nidus. Which it still is. Let's see, how many units are... It's probably a decent amount of units. I might have to save for an anti-armor missile. Let's see, I'm going to pull my SCVs first. And then we'll see how many units it really is. Okay, it's too many. Yeah, okay. That's a pretty good scout by me regardless. So now, I'm going to rely on my main ramp plus an anti-armor missile for defense, basically. There we go. Like, if he takes all this damage, that would be kind of insane. Yeah, he's probably going to back off. Actually, I'm going to fight this 100%. Oh, he's insane. He's insane right now. He's going to take maximum damage from all these Hellions. Look at the roasties. Oh my god, the roasties are insane, guys. Let's freaking go. He has been destroyed by the anti-armor missile. Now, we are still going to be a little bit behind after this for sure. Well, actually, he did it on 2 base. That's really weird. Normally, Zergolins are in 3 bases, by the way, just so to not confuse you guys. So, I might not actually be that far behind there. Normally, if I survive this with 23 workers, I'm pretty dead. But, yeah, since he was on 2 base, maybe we're actually just totally fine. Who knows? So he's making more roaches here, which obviously makes sense. Let's see if there's a 3rd base somewhere. No 3rd base to be seen. I already had my Raven upgrade. How nice is that? Now, what could be scary is sometimes the Zergs follow this up with 2-base Muta. And I really need to be aware of what he's gonna do. Else I really can't counter it with Raven Hellion. Okay, so he has this base finished now. How am I gonna do this, guys? I am not sure. It is really crazy how accurate it is, by the way, that Zergs at his MMR just play absolutely bonkers. Like, it's actually just insane. Like, none of them do anything normal. They all just play really weird stuff. And I don't know why that is, but it is the case. I'm gonna drop a few turrets here to deal with the roaches. There you go. Oh, they're actually doing very well. More turrets. I can even get back into the natural mid. Ah, no, the queens were blocking it. I really thought I ordered those ravens to get out of the way, but I guess it didn't happen. Do some more damage here. I mean, the damage was definitely very good. I would say it was not good enough, sadly. And that is mostly because I'm just going to have trouble surviving. I don't have units. Like, I'm probably going to die. That's the problem here. Economically, we might even be ahead in workers. Probably not by much if we are, but we might be ahead in workers. But I just don't know how we're going to survive all those roaches. Actually, normally I would make E-base. Now I'm going to make a second starport instead. Because I feel like we just need the unit count. Let's see. I have an anti-armor missile available. That's really nice. He actually made too many roaches again, which is fantastic news for us. And here we're just going to go in. Oh, the auto turret is actually going to do work here. And the roasties as well. Yeah, beautiful fight here. Actually going to clean it up. Probably, it didn't look like we should have been able to clean it up that easily. But it really feels like he's just underestimating how good the freaking Hellions are. Now, he does still have a few alive on low HP. Let's see, can we get that roach at least? I'm gonna micro every unit I can to the maximum. Ah, okay, that would have died actually if I didn't pull it back last second. All right, pretty good. We did lose a lot of workers here though. Obviously, it was still a good move. I said he underestimated my units. With that, I meant is if he would actually split his roaches, I think he would have had an easy time there. But he was really just A-moving in the ball, thinking, ah, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy anyway. So that's why we are still in the game pretty much. Oh, he's kind of doing that annoying Terran thing, where they just keep going. Well, I mean, this is actually looking pretty alright. I just need one more auto turret here. There we go. Auto turrets are looking good. Oh, I'm gonna run out of auto turrets now. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's doing that annoying Terran thing that a lot of Terrans have done against me, which is just keep attacking because I don't have energy, you know? Okay, yeah. He actually has... Is that roach? No. Okay, for a second I thought he had roach. How many freaking roaches is that, dude? Oh my god. Zerg production still surprises me every time, guys. Even if you're a freaking ex-pro player, you'll never stop being surprised with how many units Zerg can build. Probably has 86 drones as well behind this, you know? Let's see what he has. Yeah, 86 drones. Exactly what I said. Okay, I don't have enough units, do I? I might have enough. It's actually pretty close here. I want to mineral walk those a little bit. There we go. Drop down another turret. Please let it land. There we go. Yeah, I mean, realistically, we have lost this game. I do want to kind of give it my all here, though, as this is the last game of the episode. I killed a few more workers, but not enough, sadly. Though at this point, I do have a lot of ravens. If he would keep bleeding 3 roaches at a time, there might be a chance. A very, very, very tiny, small little bit of chance, but there might be a chance. Well, there's a little bit mine out here. Let's get those over here. I don't actually have enough gas to be making ravens all the time. That's costing me a little bit. Okay, so he has a fair amount of roaches. I do need to just run around though and do counter damage again, because else there's no chance. There we go. Please don't kill that Hellion. Thank you. Can I afford to give up this natural? I don't think so. Oh. Oh, this is a really nice fight here. He's actually locked in, guys. Look at that. Oh, I did lose my units now. Oh, that was actually the best fight ever, by the way. Holy crap. But yeah, he has 60 drones at home. That is the problem here. Is there a way, guys? Is there a way? If there's a way, I will find it, I think. If there's not, then we will also find that out, probably. Perhaps painfully. I don't want to get rid of this Overlord now. Yeah, I'm happy that was in hold position. Else he probably just escapes with it. Let's see. I'm actually saturated on this base somehow. I mean, you would hope he's starting to mine out a little bit as well. I don't know if it's actually the case, but... I mean, if I win this game, that would be the comeback of the year, probably. I've made a few comebacks of the years already. So I don't know, all of them still count as a comeback of the year, but definitely trying my best. I mean, if I get some PFs up, there might be a better chance. So maybe I should start making CCs instead of Hellions at this point. Oh, he has road speed now. Yep. That's rough. I mean, if he wants to fight this... Yeah, I don't think I have enough auto turrets to keep this going forever, though. Like, I really need him to fight into me. Well, I kill all of his drones at the same time. Probably easier said than done, you would think, right? Hydralisk then. Oh my goodness. What are his upgrades? +2? Jesus. How did he get that +2? Wait, he's still fighting. I mean, the +2 is actually... He is actually destroying these turrets right now. Let's see. He's still gonna lose the fight, maybe? No, the +2 is actually helping a lot, huh? I thought this was gonna be a little bit easier if he would actually fight straight up, but... I'm actually kind of getting fragged here a little bit. Let's see, how many do I have? I wonder what the units lost here. I can't imagine that I'm behind in units lost, but it should be the case because I lost more workers and stuff. Alright, GG. He has gotten us I think we made a valiant effort. I was still ahead in units lost, so that's nice by about 1k, but obviously that is not enough for this challenge to win. I do think this game was pretty cool. We were super far behind from the start. Like I said before, some all-ins, I mean, as you know, just cannot really be defended with Raven Hellion. But I really think I did the best I could. I was quite happy with this. All the fights were nice. Yeah, actually not going to be sad with this loss at all, even though it is a loss. I think I fought valiantly and tried my best. Made you guys proud, hopefully. Anyway, that's going to be it for part 1 of the grand finale. Tune in next time for the last episode ever of Raven Hellion to Grandmaster. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Adios.